morning. Today is June 22nd?
21st.
21st,
Oh, wait a
2014.
minute. Sunday. 22nd.
22nd, 2014. Ciela, how old are you?
6.
6. All right, Grandma, we
I
are
am 87.
87 years
2
young.
days 87.
And we just celebrated Grandma's birthday at Gail's, and we had a fabulous time. And then we came back to discuss. Lynn wanted us to record all kinds of questions, so poor Grandma's getting under the fire today. All right, let's start. Talk to us about Nuremberg. Do you remember any of the trials?
Oh, I remember them very plainly.
Really?
I went to, first of all, I worked for the American Embassy, and then they were looking for volunteers to go to Europe or to overseas.
Okay.
So naturally I volunteered for that. I was 18. I just graduated from a 3-year college.
Wow.
And my mom and dad let me go. It's amazing. I was 18, but anyway, they trusted me to go.
And you'd never lived alone before?
No, I lived at home before.
Amazing.
And this is October 45.
Wow, I can't believe
And I went to Paris, and the group of girls stayed there for a little while, a couple of weeks, and then we went on to Nuremberg to the war crimes trials.
Okay.
And there were American girls and a couple of English girls, and my very best friend was an Irish girl,
Oh, you're kidding.
Patricia Maguire,
Oh my gosh.
who was my best friend all through it. I was such a dopey 18-year-old, but she was older, and she kind of took me under her wing.
What do you mean you were dopey? I don't believe that. You're just young. You never left home.
No, I'd never left home up until then, and
Right.
she had come from Ireland, and she knew all the ropes.
Okay.
And anyway, we arrived in Nuremberg in a group, and we were all herded into the, what was the hotel there?
The Grand.
The
Grand?
Grand Hotel there,
Wow. Rolling
Which
that
was-
off, Pa. Good job.
which was the big hotel there, and we stayed there until they were able to commandeer some German family's beautiful home, and some of us were sent there, which
You
was
lived
just
in
beautiful.
A German home?
Yeah,
just
not
someone's
with
private
the
residence?
Germans. They kind of threw them out and then
You're
took
kidding.
over the houses.
We
Yeah.
got one too when we were married. We
You're
got a big one,
kidding.
yeah.
We moved to another one after we were married, but this one was a big house, and for a lot of the girls
So several
So-
girls were living in this house together.
in the house together.
Fantastic.
So then, as far as work was concerned, I worked first for Captain Adrian Fisher. He was on the he was one of Judge Biddle's helpers,
Okay.
and eventually I ended up working for the senior judge, Judge Biddle. And there
He was
some
American, right?
American, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the
It was
senior
in
judge.
Philadelphia.
He was from Philly?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
The Biddle family is well known here, yeah.
No way.
And there were several other older American women who were secretaries to the different helpers for Judge Biddle. There was a
Okay.
huge staff there of military people helping him out, you know,
Okay.
and prosecutors and all that sort of thing. So
Do you remember, were the hours crazy? Was it like a lot of work, or was it pretty normal? I mean, did you have
well, it
some
was
free
pretty
time?
normal. We all worked hard during the week, and of course it was pretty gruesome type of stuff.
Right.
It wasn't so pleasant. It was very unpleasant, especially you know, it got into the
Details of it?
details of it, and I did a lot of court reporting, like they would want the Germans to give declarations and things like that, and we'd have
You'd have to actually interrogate?
no, I didn't speak German.
Oh,
We
yeah.
weren't allowed to speak with the we weren't allowed to fraternize. You weren't allowed to communicate with the Germans. You just had your own little
In general,
American-
or
in general to
okay.
anybody. No, you weren't allowed to.
I didn't know that.
And you didn't really need to, because you had your own PX, and you had your own little group.
In the
and
PX
your-
at grocery store, right?
Yeah, and exercise, and of course they fed us and took care of us, so we didn't
Okay.
really need to. And I was always sorry I never learned German, because it would have been such a good time.
How many years were you
I
there?
was there altogether 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
But so we worked hard during the week, and then the weekends, Judge Biddle had a plane assigned to him, an airplane. So we used to go to different capitals and just have a wonderful time visiting.
That's so cool.
And,
You said you went to Prague?
Yeah, Prague. was,
Where else? Do you remember? I don't even
we
know.
went to Paris and all around. We had a very nice time.
That's fantastic.
But it was very gruesome kind of work. It was very detailed.
So the trials were trying to decide what they should do with the people who were in charge of just
all the horrors that
Yeah.
happened in Germany, Goering and Hess and Ribbentrop and.
So
all
did you
those.
hear testimony from guards who worked those places, or what
No,
happened?
this was just the big shots, all the big
Okay.
shots.
Okay.
And at the end, of course, so many of them were hung, and so many were released.
Oh,
and
you're
so
kidding.
many. Hess, for instance, went to jail and stayed there for ages.
So actually, yes, tell me that. So
And Goering
Yeah.
is the big one.
Yeah.
Hermann Goering was Hitler's second in command, really, in charge of the Air Force. And he committed suicide
while he was in
while he was in jail.
Wow, I didn't know that. Do you remember how?
Yeah.
Well, actually, let's not
Well,
talk about that.
Well,
I-
they claim
we-
they
never-
Lieutenant gave him
we-
something.
We really don't know the truth of it, but they told us.
Was it huge news?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Huge.
you were doing the trial, then next thing you know, he's deceased.
Yeah. There were all these guards guarding him night and day, night and day.
Okay.
But the story was that this lieutenant that was his senior guard, Goering asked him to go get something out of a storage locker,
Right.
a jacket or something like that, which he did.
Okay.
And he evidently was very much in cahoots with Goering. I mean, because,
Okay.
you get to know these
Sure,
people.
of course.
And evidently there was a poison pill which he hid
Put in the
up
pocket or
rectum
something.
or something like that.
Oh,
And committed suicide that way.
Ugh.
Goering did. But the
how did
lieutenant
Hess
was
not
never
get hung? If everyone else got hung,
Who?
Hess. You said he went to
Yeah,
jail.
he went to jail.
So,
Because I think he wasn't actually concerned about, he wasn't so closely involved with the killings, I don't think.
Okay.
I think he was.
I think he was Air Force or something like that.
okay.
Because he landed in England eventually. He parachuted to England.
I didn't know
Hess
that.
did.
Okay.
I mean, and he was sort of out of it all the time. He was rather flaky.
And was it ever scary? Like just because I don't know. I guess the war was over, right? I
Mhm.
mean, you were just dealing with what they were going to do with these people who had committed all these atrocities. But it was fresh. I mean, the things you were talking about had happened 2 years before or whatever, right?
Well, then, yeah, not that long, that long before, but before.
Yeah.
And then after they did that, then they did the munitions makers and things like.
So they started with the higher ups.
They started with the higher ups and then went down to the doctors.
Who
and,
actually? Oh gosh, Grandma. So did you hear about?
That was the really traumatic stuff. And I often wonder what happened to the information that these doctors gleaned, because
Yes.
they took twins and did things to one and not the other, and they threw
so
them
you were. Oh,
in freezing cold water to see how long airmen could land in cold water, and horrendous experiments
yes.
with,
Real
German
people.
kind of results,
Yeah.
very detailed. And I'm often wondering what they did with all that
data.
information.
Right, because it's got to be
how
useful.
it would be,
Right, to know that stuff. Yeah.
and not have been found in vain.
Right. Right.
So that makes you really sad that those people suffered terribly,
Yeah.
but didn't. The results
Nothing came of
that
it.
Nothing became of it.
I wonder if they did though, Grandma. I wonder if.
Well, who knows? Maybe it did, and they were ashamed, or not ashamed, but didn't want to tell the public. 'cause
That that's
we would
how
say
they knew.
something about
Right. Right.
that wasn't fair to use it. But
Right.
my feeling is use it, because
I
make
agree.
some good out of it.
Right.
But then,
so they told you details of what they do with twins, like
oh
like
yeah,
with
that was a
babies?
big thing. They loved twins
but so
because you could compare.
when you said twins,
know.
like young or babies or
Oh, all ages, yeah. Oh yeah.
that
yeah.
had to have been hard for you.
It
I
was
mean,
it's very traumatic, very horrible.
so
and
did you?
very-
I mean, did you have a hard time sleeping? I feel like I'd go home and have
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
yeah. It just
you
know,
just
you got on with that kind of thing, but there was a lot of horrible stuff. You wonder how an educated group, the
Could do that.
Germans certainly were, I mean,
yes.
could do such stuff. But it's amazing. There's a book out, and it shows you how they can indoctrinate one soldier, and then another soldier is embarrassed not to do what that soldier does,
Right.
and in no time you
have an
infect
army.
a whole army of doing horrible things.
Yeah.
That they must look back on and say, what was
How
I
could I have done
thinking?
that?
How
Yeah.
could I have done that?
Yeah.
You just can't imagine average German people doing that.
Yeah. That had to have been really hard to hear.
Yeah.
And details again, they would tell you. Most of the people you were interviewing in the beginning, it were like Hess and the other guy's name.
Goering.
They're Goering. They're people, or would you actually? Did you see them actually? Did they?
Oh yeah, I have a picture in there.
Yeah.
I think no, that's with the other guy, one of the munitions maker. I have a picture, and in the courthouse. I'll show you it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. We're done. So
But I don't actually have any of me in this.
room with.
I may have. I got a load of stuff. I don't know what happened. It kind of got lost over the years.
But you have pictures of you in the courtrooms with these people,
Yeah.
Goering, and so you actually saw. Did they actually get interviewed, or did they bypass interviewing them? Goering and Hess.
Oh
And
no, they had a regular trial.
Right, so they were interviewed because sometimes
yeah.
they don't interview them.
Oh, no, they were interviewed.
Oh, they interviewed them.
And did they have any shame?
Well, they denied everything, but
Oh.
the system was great. It was the first time it had been tried, I think, that it translated to 4 languages or 3 languages: English, 4 languages: English, French, German, and
Yeah, they had a headset that they put on.
the headset. You could switch to one of the
Switch to
languages.
Oh, that's
that you
cool.
want.
Yeah.
So they would speak in their own language, and it would
And
be
that's
translated.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so you were just transcribing every word that was said,
That's what was transcribed. Yeah.
but
And
that's what your job was, just to type everything.
everything. Oh yeah, that's just like everything like a normal trial. Where
Right,
a
right.
court reporter. But I
Yes.
did it in shorthand. I was not. I think there was one girl who did it on the machine, but otherwise we all did it. I used
Handwritten.
Greg shorthand.
Handwritten, like not a typewriter. You had a handwriter, or you had an actual machine.
Pencil and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Most of us did it in that kind of
Yeah.
shorthand.
And so then, what happened with all your records? They just became part of the trial, obviously.
Oh yeah,
all that.
I didn't keep anything.
Right.
It was part of the work.
Right.
That was that to do that.
I'm just wondering whatever happened to all that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
was
it's
it
all
just
coming.
you, or were there 2 women at every trial, or 2?
Oh, there were lots of lots of.
Well, I'm
court
just wondering
reporters.
in case, like, there are different, because how do you catch every single word when you're writing?
Yeah,
Were they recorded as well?
I don't know if they were recorded. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to me they were, because
Okay.
each day we had like a record, and people
Okay.
went over it. I mean, to make sure that you
Got
were
everything right,
correctly
yeah.
Right. Mhm.
That's amazing.
But then we were there for about 4 years, I guess, altogether. I had a job offer from the World Council of Churches in Switzerland, and I thought that sounded
A
pretty
job
good.
offer for what? What was it?
From the World Council of Churches in
So what were you
in
going to
Switzerland.
to do what?
Secretarial stuff.
No
the
way.
same.
You were going to go to Switzerland.
Uh-huh.
And what happened?
I got married instead.
I didn't know that. That's really
But that
cool.
was the choice: either get married and come to America,
Or go to
or
Switzerland.
continue on working and
Go to
find
Switzerland.
somebody else.
Oh my gosh, Grandma. That's crazy. I didn't know that, Pa. Good work. Thank God. Thank God you won her over.
Thank God.
We wouldn't be
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the story that Ciela told yesterday.
Yeah,
I went home on leave to England. I had a couple of boyfriends.
yeah,
so that's
George, and yeah.
Yeah. One was George Andrews, and he was killed in the army eventually.
Oh no.
At the end. And
See, you were
he
not
was-
meant to be with him.
No. And another boy that I was going with was killed in the Battle of Britain. I
So,
mean, these young men
can-
were like 18.
I was just going to
19.
say that, Grandma. So you knew people who died then.
Oh,
That
yeah.
had to have been really hard.
There were boys in the Air Force who were like a year or 2
Oh.
older than I was who got killed.
That's so
flying
sad.
planes and getting shot down in the Battle of Britain.
Wow.
And I remember one Sunday morning, the house opposite us was machine gunned.
No way.
And
Wait, but I didn't think you had fire at home. Well, I guess this is the Battle of Britain, you're saying.
yeah.
So you actually had gunfire outside your door.
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
When they
yeah.
were bombing London, they flew right over us.
Wait a second. We have to talk about this. I didn't know this. This was after you went to the Nuremberg trials? You came back home
Oh
and
no,
experienced
this
this?
was no. I'm mixed up now. That was before the
So
war.
this was before...
that was during the war.
During
when
the-
I was
Okay.
home.
I want to hear that part. So how old were you then?
Well, I figured it out. One of the things I remember really clearly, and I must have been 12 at that time, and we were playing netball, which is like your basketball.
Yeah.
And word went around Paris has fallen. And we thought, wow, Paris is 22 miles away across the channel.
Wow.
What's going to happen? So they
That's scary.
canceled school for the day, and we all went home. What's to do?
Right.
22 miles away, the Germans are there. And
Oh
I
my
remember
gosh.
the feeling that went through the countryside.
Fear.
Fear, yeah,
Yeah.
what to do.
And you were little.
Well, I was about 12 then, I
That's
think.
little.
It was, well, that was another story. But you're talking about Nuremberg.
No, but go back to this part. I like
Back
this.
to
So,
the Battle of
so,
Britain thing.
well, even, so, no, Battle of Britain, when was that, Paul?
Oh, that was in, that was.
Was it
early
later?
That was
40s,
in
that was in the early
1940.
40s.
1940 was the Battle of Britain.
And how long did it last? I don't know.
Well, it
Excuse
lasted
my-
until D-Day, which was 19...
That was 1941. 1941.
Yeah, just after.
Okay. But so what was it, the Battle of Britain that you said the house across from you got gunned down?
Oh yeah, that was during the Battle of Britain.
And what were they fighting over?
What were they fighting
Yeah,
over?
what was the
The Germans were going to.
Oh, you're saying
Occupy
Germans.
England, sorry.
They were
It's
gonna
still Germans.
occupy
For some
England.
reason I was thinking because I'm confused at our time frame now.
Yeah, I am too. I better stick to that.
Okay, so go, because I feel like we're jumping around. Okay, so
Stick to Nuremberg.
then, it was German artillery that shot that through the house across the street from you.
German airplane, not artillery.
Oh, it was an airplane. So could you go outside?
No, well, no.
If there was fighting going, I mean,
if
so
you were
tell me.
No, right.
Yeah.
We all had air raid shelters in our backyard.
Okay.
Ours had a white lilac tree growing over the top of it.
Okay.
We had little air raid shelters for every family.
And an air raid shelter was basically a cave, right? I mean, it was like
It was sort of a cave.
Yeah,
I would
sort
say it was
of.
like a cave.
Was
yeah,
it
in your
above
backyard.
ground though?
No, below ground.
It was below ground.
They tried
So it was
to
a
get-
cave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a cave.
And it wasn't a lot of space. You're just going in there when there were air raids,
That's
basically.
right.
And you had provisions in there?
You'd sleep there
Okay.
because it was mostly at night where they came over.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Mhm.
Why did they come mostly at night? Because you
So the artillery wouldn't get them, I guess. I don't know.
So
I don't
okay,
know.
so
They'd
they
get
would.
shot down so easily.
So how often were you actually going into your what do you call it?
Air raid shelter.
Yeah. How
Bunker.
often were you going in there?
Well, during the key period, we'd
Yeah.
go in there every night.
You slept in there every night, just
Uh-huh.
with not. That's crazy. And how? So it was you and your two siblings? Weren't you
Mhm.
one of three? Your two brothers?
Yeah, my two brothers and my mom. My dad was too old to go in the army.
Okay.
My dad was an interesting guy. I have to tell a story about
Yeah.
him later on.
No,
If
no,
you
go
wanna hear it
ahead.
Now.
Yeah, I want to hear. I haven't heard you talk much about him.
My dad was an old Irishman. His mom had come over from Ireland when she was 15 or 16 to work in the British royalties' homes or
Okay,
the rich
yeah.
people's homes, just
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, yeah.
movies you see in the
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
And so he was half Irish. He was funny. He had a
Over.
quick temper. And
What
he
do you
hated
remember
women.
his maiden name? Her name?
My mom's name?
Yeah, because Overington's your dad's name.
Yeah, my mom's name was Hannah Fletcher.
No, I'm sorry, Grandma. Your father's mother's name, the Irish woman.
Oh.
I'm just not her
I
last
forget-
name. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I can't remember what
I'm
her
just
name
wondering
was.
if.
But she came from County Armagh. I don't
Okay.
even know how to spell that.
Okay.
But she was a funny little old lady, and her husband had died, and she raised this big family all by herself.
So your dad had a lot of siblings?
Yeah, he had 4 brothers and
Okay.
3 sisters.
What?
Well, they had huge families in those days. My mum had, I don't know, 4 brothers and two sisters or something. They
In
had
her
huge
family?
families,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Wow. Okay.
But anyway, where are we up to?
So you're telling me about your dad. So your dad's mom was Irish, came to clean houses and work from Ireland to England, and met her husband, your dad's dad,
Right.
here.
And
I
then
mean,
they-
I'm sorry, in England.
in England, and they raised a big family. And then my dad joined the army
Okay.
and went to India in the Royal Horse Artillery.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, this was after when India got its freedom from England. It wasn't one of the crown capitals
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
And, the British Empire and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
That was
I
when-
think we gave Kurt one of his stirrups, right?
Yeah.
His stirrups? Oh, that's so
That's
cool.
when the British Empire was breaking up. Or
Okay.
they were giving them autonomy for themselves.
Okay.
And he went to
Basically
India.
helped that.
He went to that war. When he came back, he knew these guys who were my mom's brothers, and so that's how they met. My mom was training to be a nurse, and
Okay.
so that's how they met.
Okay.
And then they got married, and then.
So your mom was Hannah Fletcher, married
Hannah
Overington,
Fletcher, yeah.
and your dad's.
And one of her sisters met and married an Australian soldier.
Okay.
Went to Australia and never came back.
Oh, you're kidding.
Had about 10 kids, I think, and populated a
Brought
town,
England to Australia.
a town in Australia.
That's
Fantastic.
the bunkers. That's the bunkers.
And we went.
Let me ask.
Earl and I went to see them, and my brother
When?
year. It was when we were grown up. Then
That
we
is before kids or after kids?
after kids.
Oh,
We
that's
did a lot
so
of
cool.
traveling after kids.
That's so
Went to
cool.
Australia and met them all.
And you hadn't seen her in how long? That's
Oh,
your.
Never. I never did see my mom's sister because she had died by then. But the
Oh
whole town.
no way! That is
The whole
so
town was our
cool.
relatives. There were so
That
many
is
kids.
really
She had
cool.
about 10 kids or something out there. It
So this
huge.
was your mom's
My mom's sister.
sister who passed. So you never got to meet her. You met her husband.
Right.
And all the
kids.
all the populated.
All the populated town.
That is great. Okay, so tell me more about your dad. You were saying he was an
Okay.
interesting guy.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. But he was too old to fight in the war, so
Yeah.
he was a local defense volunteer.
Okay.
All the old guys they all had guns and stuff and used to parade around, and they would make sure that all your security was you couldn't show any lights at night, or
Okay.
or
Okay.
if you got a bomb dropped on you or something like that, they'd take care of it. And
So were you seeing that? I mean, you said the house across the street from you got gunned
that
down.
was on a Sunday morning.
And-
Usually it was at night time that they dropped bombs and
Yes.
It's
they
easier to pick up the light from the
Yeah.
top.
Oh, at
And
night.
they're not
Oh,
doing
there
it
you
all.
go. Okay.
Anybody has any lights, so that's why they
Okay.
close the curtains.
That's why they shut the lights off.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they
So this was a Sunday morning. It was not normal.
that was not normal. We were all outside playing, and this one guy came over and started machine gunning.
Grandma,
right
he
opposite
could have
us.
been 20 yards away
Yeah.
and hit you guys.
Yeah.
And so did you run to your shelter?
Well, I guess we ran to our shelter. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm just
All I
wondering
remember
how
is this
scary.
Machine gunning, just like in the movies. when you
Right?
think about it.
That's so scary.
Yeah, but otherwise, it was like landmine things they drop, and then you have a couple of those in our neighborhood, and a couple of our.
So they have to.
friends were bombed.
Oh, that's.
There was a period there, the actual Battle of Britain, that was very bad. Everyone was,
So were
practically
people
lived in
still
their own
going
shelters.
in school, or was school
Well,
going
if
on?
there was nothing happening that day, you'd go into school, and you'd go to the air raid shelters. Everything had air raid shelters.
In
and
school?
we'd do that in school.
Wow.
Take our books
Why
down to school.
don't you mention also about you going down and when the bodies were coming in off the canal, off the channel, remember?
You mean, when was that? You mean D-Day?
D-Day.
D-Day. You all right? But why was?
She'll tell you.
I don't remember that. Bodies coming in off the channel.
Remember you were helping out?
Oh, I joined the St. John's Ambulance Brigade. I wanted to join the Wrens. That's the Navy thing,
Okay.
but I wasn't old enough. And,
Okay. So you were how old were you at this point? You weren't even 18 because you were still living at home.
Yeah.
So
But
16,
I wasn't old
15,
enough, so yeah, I was about 15.
and what did you do?
I joined the St. John's Ambulance Brigade.
First of all, I can't believe you remember the name. Okay.
And we'll have a picture somewhere.
So what what does that mean?
It was a nursing thing.
Okay.
Or like an ambulance
Right,
thing.
and
picking up
right,
people.
yes,
And
yes.
I remember the most important thing to learn is put the people in head first, because if you slam the door and hit their head,
They'll
that's
come
not so good. You can slam their feet.
And hit their
but
feet.
not
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So the teaching was a bit slack, but
Yes.
everyone else was doing important things, and we were just picking up people locally.
Oh wow.
And then we would go into hospitals and see horribly burned young
Ah.
soldiers from airplanes,
Yeah.
terrible, terrible burns on people's young
And
men's
you were
faces.
young. I'm just thinking.
I was about 18 then.
This
I think that was when I left school. and I did that in spare time. I belonged to the
Okay.
ambulance. That's when I worked.
I'm just thinking
in
you
the-
saw a lot of really hard things when you were young.
And the buzz bombs were interesting things too. You'd hear them coming over, blah, 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 and then they'd stop and just drop wherever they were. So everyone would drop to the floor and just stay there and wait till you heard
heard
something explode, and then you got
Then
up
you got up
and
and kept
continued on.
Oh my gosh.
When I was working in the embassy, that I know a couple of times I had to drop to the ground from buzz bombs.
Because I'm sure it was a target, the embassy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Anywhere in London was really beat up.
so how much damage did London sustain? I mean, was it
Oh, huge.
Well, they took a lot of damage.
Huge, yeah.
really?
Matter of fact, then we went, Churchill had an area in London, okay, where he had his bunkers down below.
Okay.
They have that, it's a tour now if you're over there.
Okay.
Where you can go down
Yeah,
through
and
the-
see where.
see where Churchill lives.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is an interesting sideline which we didn't know. We always had we were all given gas masks
Yeah.
because, from the First World War,
Sure.
I guess they were thinking we'd get gas.
Right.
And now we discover that the material, asbestos, they put in the front of the thing, while you were saving yourself from the gas.
You're
you were
killing
breathing
yourself from the
asbestos.
asbestos. Oh my gosh. I wonder why they used asbestos as a filter.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think they realized
We didn't
how
know.
dangerous
They
it
didn't
I
was.
don't
know.
think they realized
Oh
it either.
my goodness. That's crazy. Were you actually, you didn't need them though, did you? I mean,
No,
you
we
never,
didn't,
you
we
never
never
had
had gas. I don't.
Matter
I
of
don't.
fact, there was a lot of lawsuits on that back years ago, the asbestos in some of these factories, okay, where the guys would,
where they were working?
Yeah.
Grandma. So again, I'm going back to how sometimes I feel like we're just too lucky. I mean, we've experienced none of this, and
Yeah.
we're so. Like I am just hearing everything you're saying, and you were a little girl. You weren't even, you weren't even an adult yet, and you're dealing with shootings across the street and bombs and
Yeah.
air raids and.
And the rationing was pretty interesting. My mom was a really strong woman, and I never felt afraid when she was.
Oh,
taking
that's
care of us.
interesting.
I mean,
So
she was
amongst all
really-
that, you weren't scared.
Well, I don't say I was never scared, but my mom really was.
Your
very strong.
brothers were how old compared to you? Older or younger?
John, my other one's a couple of years in between us all.
But who was the old? What
I'm
number?
the oldest. And
Okay,
Then
and
two
then
years later, John.
okay.
And then 2 years later, Terry.
Terry. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
But
So, the rationing, yeah.
was interesting. We had like 1 egg a month and 2 ounces
What?
of butter, or which wasn't butter, it was margarine. And my mom was a horrible cook, but she had nothing to cook with, I think is what happened.
Oh,
she
my
always said
goodness.
when I
that
came over
anyway.
to meet the parents, I brought sugar over so they'd have the sugar. because they never had it.
oh wow, are you kidding? Oh wait, so I want to hear more about that. So there just wasn't enough. When the rationing existed because
Well,
you're in.
England's an island,
Right.
and while we grew a lot of our own food, I mean,
You
the
imported
fruits,
most.
the bananas and things you can't grow, any kind of food. And I always remember that I wanted when the war finished was the first thing I was going to do was eat a banana because I hadn't had one in
Aw.
like 5 years.
And did you?
And
So today she's eating them.
That's amazing. So you remember having that banana.
Yeah.
And so the rations existed because you guys didn't have import. You didn't. I can't. I'm ready. You didn't have. You weren't getting supplies from other.
Exactly.
You weren't. So, but that's 1 egg a month sounds impossible. Like, what does that feed? 1 egg a month doesn't
Yeah,
feed.
it doesn't do anything.
You make 1 loaf of bread. Not
Yeah.
even. You don't make bread with
No,
eggs.
the food. But one other little story I have to tell you. Right before the war was declared,
Uh huh.
everything was in sort of turmoil, and a lot of people were leaving England. And my dad had wanted us to emigrate to either Australia or New Zealand,
Okay.
and we were on the list. Everyone in England at that point was trying to get out of England.
So you put yourself
So-
on a
so
list
we
of.
were on a list to emigrate,
Okay.
and my dad sat us all down. And of course, I must have been about 8 or something at that point. And we took a vote whether we would leave England or not. And we voted not to leave England. We were going to stay and defend
You and your
England.
brothers and your mom and dad each had a vote.
Yeah.
You think they actually considered your vote?
Well, we were very democratic. We voted on a lot of things.
I've never heard of that because that's a big decision that I wouldn't think an 8-year-old has any clue
Well,
what
I
their
think my dad wouldn't have put it to a vote if he hadn't made up his mind.
Yes,
But
yes.
the end of that story is the ship that we were scheduled to sail on was sunk in the English Channel.
You've got to be
So
kidding me.
it
You
was
wouldn't have survived.
No,
That's
we
right.
probably wouldn't have survived.
Grandma, that's
So we were
a
lucky.
crazy story. Where were they going?
They were going to Australia.
Grandma, that's a crazy story.
Uh-huh.
So you removed yourself from the list? You were on it and
Oh,
came off, or
I
he
don't
just
know what
never
happened.
signed up?
I don't know what happened to the list.
That's
I think
scary.
I just got shot during the war. There's nothing on the
That's
list. So.
crazy, Grandma.
Mhm.
So he actually sat you down and said, "Okay, guys,
How do you
are
vote?
we leaving or are we staying?" And the boys and you said
we
stay.
stay.
Was your, so you said your mom was strong. She wanted to stay then.
Well, I don't know whether she wanted to stay. She probably would have liked to get us out of there. But,
Yeah.
you know, there was a lot of, Churchill, you remember him and his, we'll fight for England and all
Yes,
that stuff.
yes.
And there was a lot of country stuff, real
Patriotism,
British
yeah.
patriotism that was there. And, we're very
Oh my
patriotic.
And so your dad, what you were saying, he was a funny guy.
Yeah,
I-
he
I-
used to. He drove a bus. He was a bus driver.
Okay.
The big double deckers.
Okay.
And he'd find American soldiers in London and who had nowhere to go or couldn't get home, and he'd bring them home, and we'd never know who we were going to find
Oh, you're
in
kidding.
in our front
Sleeping in
room,
the
sleeping there. And this one time though, he brought a couple of guys home and said, "Come back next week. Come back next weekend, and we'll have a little party. We don't have much, but you're
Yeah.
welcome." Because these boys were going, which eventually happened was when they went D-Day,
Oh.
and about 20 guys showed up. And we had a little house.
Did
had a
you have
great
food
time.
for them?
No, well, they brought a lot of stuff. And,
Okay.
they brought whatever they
Oh,
could
that's
from
nice.
their PXs. But the sad thing about it is those boys
All went to D-Day?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
were part of D-Day.
Oh, Grandma.
And they were all just so young. And,
Yeah. How old were you?
well, that was like, well.
For you to remember that is what I'm saying.
Oh, how could you forget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
that
sorry.
wasn't too good.
I can't even imagine that.
But he was always bringing odd people home, and anyone who was having trouble, he brought them home and took care of them.
And those 20 that you saw, those were all Americans?
They were all Americans, young American boys.
Do you remember how many we lost in D-Day?
Oh, we lost quite a few guys.
It was just recently,
Yeah, it
right?
was
June
like thousands and thousands.
June
Yeah, it was-
6th was the
Yeah.
day?
It's get down, Pip. I don't want to draw my knee.
Come here.
Where's the boy?
Come here, Pip. Come here. Ah, Grandma.
What other stories do we have on that?
Pa, where were you D-Day? Just to,
Right.
where were you? Where were you fortunate enough to be?
45, I came over, okay.
Right?
And then I, of course, was in, I landed in Bremerhaven, Germany,
Yeah.
and was assigned to the 1st Division in Nuremberg,
Okay.
26th Infantry Regiment.
Yeah.
When I got there, they said, "You're just the guy we're looking for. You're tall enough. We want
Right.
use
No,
you as a
you're so
guard."
lucky. But what I'm wondering is where were you when it happened, D-Day? Like what?
I caught the tail end of it.
I didn't know that.
I was on my way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Grandma, I didn't know that. Get out. Okay, so when you say caught, you were on. Okay, that's just freaky. You were on your way. So you tell me
You know
more.
how long the
Give me-
ship took to get there?
How long?
Now you can cross the Atlantic in about 5 days, okay?
Right.
4 days, okay? It took us 15 days to do it.
Oh
because
my
we were
goodness.
zigzagging because
Yeah.
of the submarines and everything.
Yeah.
So,
So thankfully, it took that long.
eventually, yeah.
So what happened then, Pop? From your end, you were on your way there. You obviously didn't have a name for it. It wasn't D-Day yet. I mean, it hadn't happened. So then, by the time you got there, everything. Right.
While
No.
they
So
were just there.
right. So you're on your way there, but D-Day happens before you get there. So then, by the time you get there, it's over.
It's over. Yep.
So you're. I mean, are you experiencing serious relief? Or are you, I mean, horrified at what happened, or what's?
I
Are
was
you?
very happy it was over.
Yeah, it was over. Right. Yeah. I was
I
trying to
caught
imagine.
enough of it in Korea. I mean, Korea I was there for the whole time, for 2 years.
And in Korea, how much combat did you have? You.
That's what I was.
I know, but how off? I mean, the whole time you were in
we'd
combat?
go up on a line, then come back and get. Yeah.
Oh, God. Seriously?
Yeah.
So, how often were you actually firing?
I never kept track of that.
But, like, every day?
No, not every day. No, you
Well, that's what I'm wondering. So, when you went up on a line, once a week?
A couple times a week.
And his youngest brother, Alan,
Yeah.
his youngest brother, Alan, was in the Marines.
Yeah.
He was there before I was there. And he got wounded. And he went to a field hospital.
Yeah.
And was starting to recover and was going to the mess hall one day at the field pad and got shot again.
Oh,
so
no.
he had
shrapnel coming, breaking loose in his body all the time. You know, see, shrapnel works up on his.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, what happened with him then? Did he die from that?
Well, he passed away. Okay.
From that?
Not from that. No.
Oh.
No.
But he got hit twice, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he did.
While he was getting better in the field hospital, he got shot again.
The
Can you
field
imagine? He
hospital
was lucky.
was attacked.
He was lucky, isn't he?
Was he younger?
Younger. Yeah, Alan, he was the youngest.
And did he come back home after that second time?
Come back home.
And then, he dealt with shrapnel the rest of his life.
Right.
Oh man, that's
And I
terrible.
had a middle brother too,
Yeah.
Bill, and he was in the Navy.
Okay.
So Marie, their mother, was a Gold Star mom.
Gold Star mom.
'Cause she
Yeah,
had
and
three-
They
Yeah,
used, to,
three
they
kids.
used to hang a flag in the window, okay, showing that she had so many guys in the service.
This is Nana.
Nana, yeah.
Yeah.
So we had 3 of them. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine
Can
that.
you imagine 3
No, I
kids
can't.
away
I
and-
just can't.
Oh God, that's terrible.
But did you all come back?
We all come back, yeah, but eventually Bill and Alan passed away. But
But did they pass away because of stuff that happened there?
I think Alan passed away because he just had a lot. He was just depressed. Period. He didn't have anybody
I
to go to.
imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he ever
So-
have family? Did he ever
He
get
was
married?
married, okay, and then divorced, okay.
Okay.
And then get married again. He got divorced, right, to Winnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Divorced twice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then Alan?
That was
Alan.
Bill
Yeah.
is the middle
Bill
one.
is the okay, and
Yeah.
then God, Alan's got bad.
And Alan was buried, okay, in the new cemetery down in Washington's Crossing.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I was there, and I got my buddy, congressman, to come over, and he said, Earl, he said, if you want, I'll put him in the grave for you.
Oh, wow.
So that was good. And now they have like 60-some hundred people. in there.
Wow. And Bill? Sorry, what was the
Bill was in the Navy. He was the middle
Okay.
brother. He's dead now too.
what did Bill do? He was Navy?
He retired from the Navy.
Okay.
I didn't
He was a
think
petty
ever-
officer, I believe. A
I
chief.
don't think he ever saw combat though.
No, he never saw combat. No.
So you and Alan are the ones who dealt with combat. So when you I hate to talk about Korea, but I think that's that's what the stuff that most people don't experience or know about. I mean, you seem comfortable talking about it though. I mean, do you
Well, sometimes they forget it, but you know, at the courthouse, okay, there's a brick there with my name on.
Yeah.
And
I
also
didn't know that. I
about
never
World
knew
War
that.
II, but you know, by the flagpole. There's
I'm
a
gonna go
flagpole
look for
there.
it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's there.
I had no idea. Well, we have to show us, Pa.
Yeah, I'll
You
show
wanna
you
show the
sometime.
kids?
Yeah.
So that was 2 years?
2 years.
2 years of combat, and did you get a break?
Sometimes they'd offer you R&R to Japan, like Jack and I talked about it.
That's
Him
what I
and
was going to
were-
ask you. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
him and
because
I
I
were-
heard you guys talking about it
Him
last
and I
night.
were doing a lot of talking about
Yes.
that stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I went up to visit him in the artillery unit, and matter of fact, that's how he became hard of hearing, because they fired the shots too close from their cannons. Okay.
When
That
you
hurt me.
visited Jack,
Yes.
you damaged your ears.
I didn't know. He did.
Oh,
Jack-
he did.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So Jack is Barbara's husband, and Jack is your
Cousin.
first cousin.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you were in Korea, and as a break, they gave you R&R in Japan, and he was
I
there
didn't take
stationed.
it because I wanted to come home early.
Oh, what?
But I
Wait.
never got home. I never got home early.
Wait a second. So you can pass R&R and get less time overall.
Right, but I didn't get that. They kept me anyway because I couldn't find a replacement.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Pa, come on in. Hello.
Hello there.
Can I wheel him in?
Yeah,
come on in.
Hello.
See
There's
ya,
Kurt
honey.
and Big
You
Will.
better move these
Yes.
little things out of the way, hon.
He got accosted.
I saw 2 years of combat in Korea, and he was there, and he was supposed to come get R&R, but if you skip R&R, you can come back home sooner. So he chose to skip his R&R and keep fighting.
Yeah, R&R's, you go to Japan, okay.
And how long is R&R?
Well, it normally get a week, okay, but I didn't take it because I wanted to go home sooner. But I couldn't get a replacement, so I never did get home sooner. I still
So
take
he kept skipping his R&R, kept fighting, stayed in combat, and then never got it.
God.
So how long straight were you in Korea in combat?
Well,
He was
see
away
what
for
they
2
do.
years.
They put you up in a line and then bring you back. Okay.
Oh my God, I just can't even imagine this. I'm like, so often do you fire a gun? He's like, all the time. What do you
And
mean?
all the time,
like,
all
what?
the time, I'm thinking of my wife and 3 kids at home, and I'm saying, "Holy Christ, I
And
gotta
if
get
you're
out of
not
here."
safe in a field hospital,
Right,
which
Alan,
was
his brother, was injured.
Was this was the
Korea.
conflict that you left for after the black and white picture that everybody
Right.
knows?
Right.
Yes.
right. That's when
So
he got,
Glenn, so my mom was just
All 3.
born.
yeah.
Yes.
She's the baby in that picture that.
So you
Right.
didn't see her for
I didn't see her
For
I
2
didn't see
years
her until I
after
came
that.
home.
So you didn't see her for this age at all.
No, I didn't. I didn't see any of the kids when they were tiny.
So what was that encounter? Well, I don't want to digress. So go ahead.
Wait, so keep going. You, sorry.
Ready to ride back here.
Wait, by post?
No, telephone.
So
he
he,
called when he was
called
here.
when he arrived in the
And-
States.
Where in
Wait.
the states?
The West Coast.
Wait
but
a
let me
minute.
just ask, you were just hanging out, you didn't know this call was coming, all of a sudden you got a call that says, I'm back.
I thought he was still in Korea.
So, A, you don't even know he's alive. So
No.
you know, oh my gosh, you're not only alive, but you're in this country.
Right.
Were you bawling?
I don't remember now.
No, she probably forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Earl
forgot
who?
about it.
Earl who? Oh.
No,
She was about to get another boyfriend.
I was too busy, believe me, with 3 kids, right?
Alone. 3 kids. Can you imagine that?
I had the call that he was in the States and he would come home as soon as he could. So,
Okay.
So this morning,
Thank
I
God you
got
were
a
there. It's
call.
not like you have a voicemail. You know, it's not like you had a machine to tell you. Like if you weren't there to pick up, you're
he
waiting.
said, I'm coming into Trenton Station this afternoon at such and such a time.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
That was her.
I have goosebumps.
So I quick called my neighbor, Ann Harris, said, come and help me get the kids ready. I
Yes.
have to go and meet Earl at the Trenton.
Oh my gosh.
So I had got a car from an
So
old
you
car
drove?
at that point.
Whatever.
Yeah, I
See,
drove
what,
a car.
what my brother's old car, an old Chevy convertible, not a
$50.
convertible, with a rumble
For
seat.
how much?
50. Well, it was an old one of his, so I.
But you
I
Go
got
ahead.
it.
So
She drove that in, okay, and picked me up. I was surprised because we never had a car.
So here comes your hot wife with your 3 kids in a new car. Well,
And they
you-
meet me at the bottom of the steps, and I couldn't believe it. Okay.
Oh my
did you
gosh.
recognize her right away?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the kids? What the kids?
I didn't
do? Were they
recognize the
shy?
kid because
Oh,
I
they
hadn't seen
didn't know
him.
what to do. How did they know? They didn't know this weird big guy here in this outfit. They didn't know who
But
it
was it? Oh my God, I would be bawling. I would have been.
Glenn was, I guess, how old at that point? 5? Yeah, he was.
So
was-
5's old. Like he could have.
Yeah, they didn't know their father at all. I mean, just from pictures and so on. But
I know, but was there?
and I remember all these people were staring at us, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh God, this is so embarrassing."
Grandma.
Quit looking at us, will you? And everyone was, "Oh, oh, no."
Was he in uniform?
Yeah. Well, of course, he was still in the army at that point. He was
Oh.
just coming home on leave.
So you pick him up yourself with your 3 kids. I mean, I can't even imagine what that reunion. And that was it. As far as you knew, you were done. You didn't have to go back.
Yeah, he
I
had
had
to
to go
go
back.
back.
I had to go back. Okay. I just,
Wait, you
I
went
just-
back after that.
I was home. I was home on a 30-day leave at that point. He
Okay.
gave me 30 days
Oh
because
my
when,
gosh, because you were 2 years.
2 years. Yep.
Oh my gosh. So how
You
do you
got
go back
30
after that?
days.
So you spent 30. Was it weird, Grandma? Was it so weird
Well,
having him in
very
your house?
weird because you've
You
been
have a
used to
routine.
running everything yourself,
Yes.
and you do things a certain way. and
Yes. And then all of a
this
sudden you have to
person
feed this
comes all of a
person.
And
sudden.
he leaves the toilet seat up and
He's hanging around trying to teach the kids stuff, and I don't want him to do it that way. And oh dear, it's not easy when you
Yeah.
first get back together.
Sure.
But you get over that.
And you have to feed another mouth. Now you're like, before you're hanging out in your PJs all day. Now you have to actually get dressed, feed another mouth.
It's hard work. It's hard
Yeah.
work for him too.
how'd you get by financially? Was his checks? from the army?
At the end of every month, they send you a check from the army.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was it substantial?
No, but
Not really.
not really. But nothing. Bills were like $69 a month for our mortgage.
63.
I thought it was
63.
69. But Levittown
Wow.
was so great for. That's why it was
Support.
such a great place, because we were all coming back from the army.
You're all moms.
Yeah,
We were all
Army
young
moms.
mums together, and none of us were wealthy because we were living on army money.
Right.
It was a great place.
But army money was not enough to.
Well,
Pay
we
the
get
mortgage.
used to it. You live on what you got. You're getting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. You didn't feel like you were hungry. The kids, you weren't having. She was telling me earlier stories of when she was a kid how the rations during the war in England, they'd get one egg a month. They had no sugar. I mean, like legitimate. That was like below food. Like you actually had enough money to have food for your kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but you got used to living on it, and it was okay. Yeah.
Wow, I can't even imagine. All right, so you're home for a month. Were you just dreading going? I mean, I can't imagine you'd want
I
to.
was dreading going back.
Yeah, I can't even
Yes.
imagine
Either
that.
that, well, actually, either that or the opposite. That like you were so used to a routine in the military, the civilian life was very.
Well, by then
No,
you'd been
because
in
I-
almost 5 years, right?
His
Yeah,
life was
because,
awful.
well, actually, by the time I had reserves and everything else, was almost 8 years. But for service time,
8 years service time.
yeah, just counting reserves,
Yeah.
overseas, Europe, and then Korea. That's 7 years right
But
there.
your combat was the worst was Korea for 2
Oh,
years.
yeah.
So that this month we're talking when you came back to Levittown for a month and you went back. Did you go back to combat?
No, I didn't go back overseas.
Oh, thank God.
What I did when I got home, I said I got to get out of this damn army.
Good for
okay?
you.
So I got a hold of my congressman. Okay.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
said, he said, well, you enlisted. I said, I don't give a damn what I did. I said, you get me the hell out of here, I'm going AWOL.
Oh, good for you.
I'm not going to stay in.
Good for
Wow.
I said, because I'm not lucky when it comes to service time. I always go overseas.
you. And you exceeded your time. You were there
Yes.
2 years and without a break.
Yeah.
So how did see he just agreed?
So I managed to get out.
The guy next door to us was by then secretary to somebody in Washington. He had some job in Washington. And I think Charlie
I think Charlie, I
pulled
think
some
Charlie, yeah.
strings for you. I really do.
You think so?
Yeah.
And did you receive notice that you
Yeah.
were
How did you find out that you?
deferred by mail or was it a phone call?
Yeah. How did you know that you didn't have to go back?
I'm not sure how I heard.
Oh, it didn't. It took a little while. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
suddenly.
it didn't happen overnight, that's for sure.
Overnight.
But you were supposed to go back in a month, and then it didn't happen. What did you do after that?
What
Then?
happened before I went back.
Right.
Okay, so I managed to stay out.
And
Okay.
then what did you do at that point?
I got a job.
That's when you started working. And
Well, at first I tried out for hockey, okay.
oh, you did.
Yeah, for hockey in Philadelphia, the professional team.
Yeah, that's right.
And Jim said to me, would you please get a job because you're not getting any money from this.
I mean, trying to live on nowadays. I mean, they get thousands,
Yes.
but
Back
then
then.
they didn't get anything. I said, that's all good and well, but get a job. We need some money.
It's juicy. Good job.
What a chocolate.
Grandma, that is. Ooh, you want chocolate?
Yeah.
Chocolate just good for scraped knees.
There we
hey,
are.
guys,
Now you can walk
You
around.
are rock stars, and I'm doing this.
Now you can walk around.
Thank you very much. I'm actually going to do this every time I come home. All right. So these are going to be the Grandma and Pa diaries. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're going to have me coming and recording from
Well, think of
now on.
other stories and make
Yes.
notes so you have information.
Who?
Yes.
Sergeant what?
He found me.
What was his name? Your uncle.
Pencunis.
Okay.
He was married to Marie's sister.
Okay. Okay. And so what did he was just good at finding people, you said?
Yeah, he found the people and then he said, I'll get the Jeep
Okay.
and we'll go to see
But he
Jack.
was with you?
Yeah.
What was he
Mr.
doing? When you were over there, you were with your uncle.
Yeah.
That
Well,
had-
no, I just met him. I wasn't with him all the time. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And then he got the Jeep and we went up to the line.
And then you almost went the wrong way.
Yeah, that's the time I said, Bill, I think that's the wrong side out there, buddy. I think we better turn around.
And you did, and it was the wrong way,
Right.
and then you could have been,
we could
a
have been
different
wiped
story.
out.
Yeah. That's a little crazy, Paul. So, but again, you didn't have internet. You didn't have. It's amazing to me that you were able. That the system was good enough that people were able to track each other
Well,
and find
people
out.
are in divisions and stuff like that, and you knew where divisions
What division?
were, and
Okay.
then break it down. Where's this other
Okay.
division? you know.
But still, you're talking about a lot of people. A lot of.
You know, our work subject. You know that old phone like this? We
Morse
grind it
code,
out,
you mean?
Little mobile
Yeah.
phone you carry with you. all the
Oh
time.
yeah, no, I don't.
That's how you get a hold of
I
her.
still don't understand how that works. That's crazy.
Well, when we moved to Levittown, we had one phone at the end of the street.
Oh,
Because they
wait,
had
that's
just
a good
built
story.
it.
Okay, now that's a good
They
story.
had just built Levittown, so there were all these houses and one phone at the end of the street.
Was
and
sitting
we
on a
all
corner?
shared it. Yeah, in a little thing in the corner. And then after a while, we graduated to having a phone in the house,
Each house,
each house, but there'd be about 5 people on the same phone.
because not every house had one.
Well,
They had a
line, they're on the
phone,
same
but they
line.
didn't, for some reason, they
Oh,
didn't
I
have
see.
a line.
Oh, I understand. 5 houses had
Yeah.
the same
With
line.
the same phone, so you had to wait for your turn.
Could you hear everyone else's conversation if you wanted to?
I can't remember if you could or not. Did you
Sometimes
have
you
to?
cross,
I don't
sometimes you
remember.
cross.
That's pretty crazy.
But it was funny, you'd have to wait your turn. And it cost $12 a minute to call England when I first came over here.
And your mortgage was
$12.
and her mortgage was $69 a month. So
$63.
that tells you you're $63 a month. So that's crazy.
And you know
It
what
almost
was
cost you a mortgage. It's
We
a couple.
paid-
That would have been thousands of dollars today then.
We paid $9,900 for our house. Okay.
Ooh.
Today they're selling for over $200,000.
It was $9,900.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but what
bought-
year was that?
I bought.
50?
Oh, that was in the 50s. Yeah.
And you bought it
I
For
bought
99?
ours, and then I
Wait.
bought my dad's, and then I bought another one on the
9,900. You
corner.
mean
What's that?
9,900
for a
9,000.
house.
for the house.
And today it's
There was
worth
a big
200.
ad. There was a big ad in the Inquirer. Okay, it says, "No money down, GIs." Okay, Levittown, Pennsylvania. Okay, so we didn't have a car, so we got on a bus.
Yeah.
And took the bus all the way up through Croydon and Bristol and everything else, and finally get up to Levittown. And we walked into the sample, and I said, "Holy crap! For $9,900, I'm getting this house fast."
And that house included under the floor heating. This was the
Okay.
new
Radiant
thing.
heat.
Okay.
A washer and dryer.
Radiant heat in the 50s?
Yeah, radiant heating. It was the first for
Yeah.
going around. And we had a washer and dryer
For clothes, you mean?
for
Yeah.
clothes. And we
In
were
the
not
50s.
yeah.
That is
And we
early.
were not allowed to hang clothing out on a wash line.
Wow.
They gave us all a washer and dryer, and we had to dry it inside. And he didn't want any fences around. He
Okay.
just wanted it all open.
Who's he?
It was a new idea.
The builder.
Levitt, who
Yeah.
built it. It was a new concept. He built a whole town.
And
Wow.
they built 17,500 homes.
Wow.
But
Not
the only,
there, around the country.
No.
No, in Levittown. This
Oh,
is
really?
Levittown.
The only thing was, it was in 4 separate municipalities. So it wasn't a good one and a couple of bad ones. Ours was a good one because they had a dumping place over further. It's in Tullytown by the
Okay.
river there.
Okay.
And a lot of our taxes was paid by the dump, so
I
it's a
get
good
it.
one to be in. But the unfortunate thing was, they went to high school in Bristol,
And
which
the not
was
so
a
good
bad
one.
one.
Oh.
So they came to him and wanted him on the school board so
Hey,
that
Kurt,
he
see
could
my
get
new phone?
the change to the high
Yes.
school
Yes.
into the good school.
And did
so
it work?
he did that.
That's
He
fair.
did?
Mhm.
Ah,
It's tiny.
good work.
What's that?
I'm
I just
telling
heard
you
you
about
got
the,
Levittown High School moved from Bristol to Levittown.
Well, I wanted to run
God,
for
so
the,
Grandma, he was influential back in the day.
I wanted to run for the school board because I wanted to get my kids out of Bristol Township into Pennsbury.
Good for you.
So I did that, and I ran unopposed. Okay.
Oh, well. So
I got
that
the
wasn't a
job.
hard battle.
I got the job.
That wasn't a hard fought war.
no, it was a job though. You get in the middle of the night, people calling about
crap,
not
yeah.
wanting their kid to stop at the bus stop, and
You get crazy calls.
And you didn't? Did you get paid for it?
Oh God, no.
no, I don't think so.
Oh,
That's a
But,
volunteer
but
job.
they did transfer them to high school. Which
but
is
you
what
got your
we
kids
did.
in a good
Yeah.
school.
I got my kids
Good
in a
work.
good school. Yep.
Good work.